Welcome back, Scrunchy Moms Club.
Hello, how are you? Coming at you live? Not really, because we're actually like kind of on top of things because we have a episode under our belt that's coming out tomorrow our time.
We've been
And
better.
yeah, look
We
at
are
us.
doing better. You know, the human experience is not linear. So sometimes,
As we always say.
sometimes maybe good, sometimes maybe shit.
Yep.
I just said like all of our quotes in like the first minute.
I know. Oh, well, so speaking of quotes, I'll tell the listeners what I told you about how my husband is actually a great husband and listens to our podcast. Sam, get it together. But I only think he listens because I gave him shit about it. Like when we first started, that he didn't listen, and now I'm pretty sure he regularly listens and is caught up because he'll like mention things
Wow.
and quote things from like up to date podcast episodes that we recorded. And the other day it's just funny because Taylor is just not a pop culture person at all. He does not watch TV. He is not on social media, like nothing. And so he casually in conversation was like, I don't know, we were talking and then he's like, name them. And I was like, I'm sorry. Like, I know you don't watch Real Housewives. So how do you know that? He's like, well, I don't know. You guys say it. And I was like, oh my God, we have like lingo, even though it's not our lingo. It's like a quote from. So then I had to show him the lore. So I showed him the Real Housewives clip.
Yeah.
And I don't think it hit as much for him. He's like, okay, it's just these
When
stupid
it's
old
us,
ladies.
it's better.
But anyway, yeah. So I'm like, oh my gosh, he's like using our lingo. What a good husband.
Wow. No, truly, because mine could give a shit.
It's fine. It's fine.
Not that he could give a shit. I don't expect it. I'm not like expecting it by any means. Like,
Yeah.
I can't imagine it being fun listening to your wife kind of shit on you a little bit.
Exactly. And now that I know he's listening, now I feel like I'm filtered of like what I say a little bit because I know.
Like, this is our platform. Like, Taylor, it's time to go.
Like, thank you so much for listening. I appreciate it. Thank you for the view.
That was
Just
cute.
like, subscribe, and then you can exit this video.
You can be about your Taylor's the only listener that we will say, please.
Right. Like if
Your
you're a
time has
close
come.
family to us, like even my mom, like thank you so much for the follow and watch, but like you can pause it here, leave. It's okay. We got our view.
We only want
The numbers.
We only want new listeners. We only want people, that aren't in our direct family.
But isn't it weird sometimes? I guess like our close friends in our group chat, like when people mention the podcast, I don't know, it just is weird to me. Like my close family or friends will mention something I say.
Yeah.
Because it's like I'd rather randos listen that I like have no, I'm never gonna know. I feel
No, same.
like I love and appreciate family and friends listening. Please keep listening. But it's weird when they like bring it up to me and then I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, now I gotta remember,
Well, because you usually don't like know your podcast host as well,
Exactly. But anyway, that's my little ramble.
That's funny. How am I? Thank you so much for asking. I'm
I don't
okay.
have to ask because I just know it's coming. But go ahead. How are you doing today? You had an early day.
I'm so glad you brought that up. Yes. So yes, I'm dragging a little bit, listeners. I'm very sorry, but I've had an early morning.
You're not your
appointment.
normal peppy positive self.
And I haven't had any caffeine because I usually wait till midday, but that's a whole thing. Anyway.
No, the 1 p.m. first like sip of coffee to be at 1 p.m. is like serial killer move. That's crazy. Like my first sip of anything in the mornings, like it's got to be caffeine.
Well, I'm pregnant. I can only have 1 cup of coffee a day, so I have to choose when. And I would rather it be midday so I can get through the rest of the day.
I guess, but like my morning would just be, I don't know. I look forward to that cup of coffee.
But I'm better in the morning.
Yeah.
I really am. Like I'm fine in the morning. It's the afternoons that are bad for me.
Yeah, no, that pregnancy afternoon is
like 1, 2 o'clock is where I crush. So that's why like at 1:30, I make my double espresso. And that's what I do. And it's my 1 cup a day now that I'm enjoying coffee again.
Yeah.
Anyway, so yes, I'm a little tired. I apologize, but I'm sure I'll pep up once the episode is going. But yes, I did have an early morning this morning. I went to my high risk doctor, MFM, to do another scan. And I'll tell you the good news for. I mean, well, first of all, I'm here and I'm not in the hospital, so
Right. So it's good news.
this is great news. I'm
Gang,
home.
gang. We here. No, you're not in your bed either, so you're not on bed rest. Like
I'm not on bed rest. I am not in an emergency room. I am here recording.
already way steps ahead of Jonah pregnancy. Like we're good.
Like my expectations are so low, guys. So that's step one. And then yeah, no, everything looks great. Spoiler alert. Baby's already measuring at 2 pounds 11 ounces. So she's like almost 3 pounds.
That's wild.
Isn't that crazy? And she's head down. My fluid looks good. Heart looks good.
You were worried about the head down, so that's good.
I was. I mean, and she still has time to move, like if she wanted to, but hopefully this means that like Jonah stayed head down like from 20 weeks on. So I don't know, maybe she's finally like getting the picture. I don't know, but yeah, so she's head down, fluid looks good. Like the doctor basically was just like, you're on cruise control, like
right, like I don't really need to see you, but
yeah, well, I'm gonna go in 4 more weeks to assess growth one more time, and then he said probably if the growth is looking really good, then that'll be your last ultrasound of your pregnancy. So
or just with high risk, I think you might get one more at the regular.
I don't know, because my regular doesn't. They order theirs out. They don't do it in house.
Oh wow,
like my old OB did.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm assuming that might be my last one of the. But I'll be like I'll be like mid 30s, so I'll be fine.
It's hard for us to even like. I don't know what a normal pregnancy how many scans you get, because we had so many because things went wrong.
No, apparently you literally get like 2 or 3.
Yeah, I think after the anatomy, they might do one more in like your 30s to check the growth, and then I think you're good. So yeah, that might be your last one.
Yeah, it might be. So you know,
freaking normie. Look at you.
Stop it. Stop. It seriously is like still so weird.
So what was the bad news?
Well, not bad news. It's just like what happened to me at this appointment.
Oh God. Okay.
Yeah, which I think is another reason why I'm tired, but we'll get there in a second. So I arrive at this appointment and there's an ultrasound tech. She takes me back. She starts my scan, and maybe like 4 or 5 minutes into it, another tech comes in, and then I put 2 and 2 together. It's a training session. Oh. Yeah, I mean, I don't mind training in some instances, right? Like I know everybody's got to learn sometime and on somebody, and like I'm all about research and teaching and all that. Trust me, but not me. Or not for this condition, or not for, you know what I mean? Like,
if
my leg's falling off, then bring a student. But like, if I'm pregnant, I don't know. Like, I have trauma.
I know, but I think that is one of like the least invasive things to train on, is just doing the over the belly scan, because like one, they're not like going in your vag. That would be a little more awkward. But I get your trauma coming from like them missing things on scans, so you don't want.
Right. And I didn't realize that she was, because she started asking questions, and they started like going back and forth, and I'm like, okay. And they even read my history. We were talking about Jonah, like the whole thing. So like it was fine, and like they were nice. But then like they got to the part of the scan where, so it's important that your diaphragm, your stomach, and your heart all like measure a certain way. That's about all I know. I'm no doctor. And so they were getting to that point, and the trainer was even saying, she's like, yeah, like this is the part of the scan where like the doctor knows that everything in the heart is normal. Okay, so of course they're training on fucking cardiac shit, right? Like, come on and simmer in my trauma, why don't you?
Right.
So they did this particular picture image probably like 32 times. Okay. And at this point, I'm getting like, I'm shutting down. I'm like visibly like not okay.
Yeah.
I should have said something. Yeah. I should have. I really should have. And I think
Because you've been so good at advocating this far in this
I kind of
pregnancy.
froze. It was a weird like sensation I got
Because you're
of just
trying to also be understanding because they're learning, they're training. It could be nothing, but and they also have no idea of this trauma, I'm sure, of like
I mean, but we talked about my history.
right,
So
right,
it's
right.
like, can you just not? Like, can you like do this on the nose or on the foot or like literally anywhere
Right.
else but the
And it's so
heart?
hard, like, with the ultrasound text because they're not supposed to say things to you, but it probably would have been easier on your anxiety for the trainer to communicate, like, "Oh, like, she's just learning how to take this picture," or, like, "There's nothing wrong, we're just looking
And
at
she
this."
and the trainer kept getting it wrong. Like, yeah, yeah, because the trainer was like, "Oh, like that looks like she has a VSD, but she doesn't." I'm like, motherfucking shit,
Oh,
So
ew,
it was
yeah.
it
Don't
was
throw
just bad.
terms out there.
So then, like, uh, I don't know. I just thought also they would like get my fucking vibe after a while. I don't know.
Right, right, right.
And so so then finally they look at me and they're like, "Hey, are you okay?" And I was like, "Actually, I'm not okay." Like I like
Oh,
snapped
good.
at them.
Yeah.
I'm like, "Actually, I'm not okay." And they were like, "Oh, okay, okay." The trainer swoops in, gets the image in one take, and they leave the room.
Right. So
Like,
maybe like they just they didn't feel the vibe. They thought you would just like to sit there and like cuz some people
I
would love
love
like,
sitting
"Oh, an
there.
extra long ultrasound of more pictures?" Sure. Not realizing or not thinking about like no,
They didn't give
actually
me no
especially on the
3D.
heart. Yeah.
They didn't give me no 3D. They didn't give me anything.
Right, right, right.
Rude for that.
No, I get it. And
Yeah.
I have the same feelings about the trainee trainers because I also have like a bad experience when I was getting induced with Geo. I had a trainee come at the hospital to put in my epidural. It was a trainee
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
anesthesiologist. It was a student anesthesiologist. And like again, I did not say anything because I know they have to learn on somebody. But it's like the needle in the back of the spot like but they got to learn somehow, right? And I must have signed something like when I picked that hospital because I don't remember him actually asking me, like, oh, this
Like
is
if
a
it was
student.
okay.
Can he perform it? It was just sort of like, I just put two and two together because there was two of them and one was much younger. And then he was talking him through it. And so at that point,
Mhm.
the needle was already going in my back when I'm realizing, like, oh, he doesn't really know what to
Well,
do.
thank goodness they got it right because I had a friend,
Well,
like
no,
a
they didn't. That's what I'm saying. So
oh, yeah, okay.
yeah, he put it in my back and I immediately like cried out, like it hurt. And then the trainer was like, "Oh, it's not supposed to hurt. Like you did something wrong." So then he pricked me 3 times, the trainee, and didn't get it right. And so then the trainer had to come in and prick me a 4th time. Then he got it right. So then at that point, when it finally started kicking in, they had to come back in the room and talk to me about how because they pricked me more than however many times, I could potentially it's all like legal. I could potentially
Yeah.
have spinal fluid leaking. So they have to monitor me for 24 more hours after I give birth to like make sure that I don't basically like so of course in my anxiety head I'm like, "Oh, so I'm going to be a vegetable like paralyzed for the
Oh
rest
my
of my
god, God
life."
forbid.
My mom, oh my god, my mom was in the back like secretly filming it. She's so crazy. She was like, "We're going to sue." And I'm like, "Mom, I signed up for this. Like it's fine as long." And so then the head of anesthesia, like the whole anesthesiology department came and visited me and apologized. And I had no symptoms of spinal fluid leaking, so I was cleared, but like
You're
still
still
really
walking
scary.
today?
But my second pregnancy, I was a scheduled C-section, but so I had a spinal, but same thing. I had an anesthesiologist who had to give me something in my back and I totally what is the word advocated for myself and I was like, I'm so sorry, I don't want to be that person, but like I had a really bad experience. And then she like cut me off and was like, there's no students today. And I was like, okay, great. Like I just
Yeah.
yeah, but I know they gotta learn, but I don't know.
I don't know. I know. Well, I had a friend, same kind of thing, but she like for the first 6 months postpartum, like she had trouble walking a little bit.
Right,
Like she like
no,
couldn't,
yeah, when they gave me the like
and
the
it was a
all the
student.
list of things that can happen to you if they poke you in the wrong place, it is scary.
Yeah, it was a student too that pricked her. So yeah, so it's like I don't know. I'm all about it, but then like there's just certain things like maybe let like if my leg's hanging off, like sure, but
Yeah.
I don't have any trauma from that.
I remember when I did pelvic floor is that what's called, pelvic floor PT, physical
Yeah.
therapy. They had a student coming on, and I had a woman. And if you guys know what pelvic floor PT is, like, if not, Google it. Like, they're all up in you. And it
They just
has a
scare
lot of
you.
benefits, though. Like, we're both advocates of it. We both done it. But they were having, it's like, it was like a young man who was gonna, and she asked me, and I was like, no, thank you. Like, I'm so sorry. Like, maybe,
Oh.
one of these older women would like, but not me. No, thank
You
you.
know what? I would have been okay with that man fingering me. It's not like a probe going out. You know what I mean? Like if you need to cop a feel, sure.
But they don't just go in they
No,
also
it's
go
really
near.
crazy. Like pelvic floor PT is such an
Yeah, that could
intrusive
be a
therapy.
whole podcast episode, but it is
Yeah.
crazy.
Well,
The
no, you had
thing
it like in your butthole too. I didn't have to do that.
That's what I mean. So, like, no,
Yeah.
thank you.
Shit's nuts, but it does help. But I need to do it better next time. But that's a
You
whole other
you
topic.
like dropped out. You stopped going.
Pelvic floor dropout.
No graduate, no butthole for you.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Yeah, so all in all, good. It just like was the experience of the appointment. And oh yeah, so then like they left and I just like cried. Like
Oh,
I just let it out.
that's what
And
you do. Lila, like, is a whole dinner and
yeah,
then just
I hold it in until I mean there's
projectile
sometimes
cry.
yeah, there's sometimes where I don't, but no, I like held it and then like they left and I just let it out. And then of course the doctor walks in like 2 minutes later and I'm like, hello. You know? But it's fine. He didn't know. He was like such a wah 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 wah
Oh yeah,
doctor, so
he
it
didn't
was
care.
get in, get on, get out, and I'm fine with it. So, all in all, BHBH, God willing, it's all good, and yeah. He was like, she's in the 52nd percentile, so like it doesn't get more normal than that.
Literally normie.
Yeah. So that's that. And I also had such an incredibly busy weekend. We celebrated Renee's baby shower, my sister-in-law. And that was really nice and cute and chill. And she even had stuff for the kid. It was great. It was a great baby shower. No kitschy games. You're not about the kitschy games, are you?
I don't know what kitschy means, first of all, but I'm just like putting
Like
it together.
those
Yeah,
games.
the cheesy, yeah. So for my baby shower with Gio, I had like we went to Arizona, so it was all my mom and my grandma and all of like my the elderly population, the boomers. It was a
The
big
boomers
boomer.
love a game.
It was a boomer baby shower. So yes,
Mhm.
it was very traditional, and it was very traditional. It was like no men
Yeah,
there.
you didn't have a baby shower here because you
Well,
were
we were going to, and then it was like that pink Omicron, like
yes.
literally that week in January was like where it was peak. So we canceled it. Like we had everything
Mhm.
ready to go. We canceled it because it was just too risky.
Yes.
But yeah, so that's why I was okay with that sort of shower in Arizona, because I was like, oh, well, I'll have my more what's the opposite of traditional? My more modern baby shower with my friends here in Florida, but then that got canceled. So I did have we did all the games. My mom loves the games. And I like games too. I don't like games that are like centered around me. Like
Yeah.
like where people are measuring my belly. We did the measuring of the belly. We
Oh
did like
god,
the
you did all of that.
trivia. The clip one, they love that one. The boomers love that one with the paper clothespin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
So
yeah.
yeah, more
That's
modern
the
approach
base.
to baby showers. Like they bring the husbands, they bring kids. Like it never used to be like that. So
It's just a hangout, yeah,
right.
and that's what I like. Yeah, the last couple of baby showers, that's how it's been,
Bridal
and
showers are the same way. They're going a lot more modern now, where like the husbands come, the bachelor, it's just a big party now, which
yeah,
is not, both are valid. But yes, I
and
did the more traditional.
yeah, it was adorable, and it was, like, old school Winnie the Pooh themed, and yeah, it was gorgeous, and she's gorgeous, and yeah, so that was cute, and then yesterday I went to go visit my nephews and my family on the West Coast, and it was fun too. Lots of cousin time and interaction, and yeah, my oldest nephew Henry is going off to sleepaway camp
Oh yeah.
um, for 3.5 weeks, they're dropping him off in a couple weeks in North Carolina at the summer camp that we all went to and my parents went to. So this is like third generation. It's really special. Like, and he's the start of the third generation
Yeah.
going. Yeah, I know summer camp's mostly like a Jewish person thing. Like, I swear to
It
God, I don't.
really is. Like, it was never my, like, I had no idea of the lore behind it.
Oh my God, it's literally why I am the person I am today. Truly,
Because
like,
you participated, you went to camp, but then you also were a camp counselor, right? So
yep.
like yeah.
Camp was my life for a good half of my life. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, so fun. So like I got like emotional hugging him. Like, I was like, be a good
Is he
boy.
excited or is he like nervous?
No, he's pumped. Yeah, and we've all been like pumping him up, and I think he's going to thrive and do great.
Is he
He
like
might
a
like
very social person?
he's very social, and he's athletic, and um he's just the best boy. So like I just really think he's going to be just fine. He might miss his parents for like a second, but like I don't think it's going
Normal.
to last very
Yeah.
long. But no, it's just going to like I'm just so I don't know, like when I was hugging him, like saying goodbye, and I was like, "You don't understand. You're going to the most special place on earth, and like, I love you, and you're amazing, and be a good boy, and
Is
be
it
nice
still
to
like the
friends."
same exact spot, like the same cabins, the same
Some of it's the same. A lot of it is new.
good. That's
So
good, yeah.
it's yeah, they've upgraded, but like yes, no, like same spot that it's been for the last 70 something years. So, yeah, so that's exciting.
Yeah,
So
the
I want
only
I
like
want
knowledge I have of camp is like the Parent Trap. Like I really have no
Oh,
idea.
that's funny. No, sleepaway camp is I couldn't be more of an advocate for it, and I can't wait for my kids to go. But yeah, because Henry's turning 8 in a few weeks. So
Mhm,
it's like we started a little bit. We were like 9 or 10 when we went.
mhm.
But yeah, so he's doing that, and that's me. How was your weekend? I don't think I really talked to you much this weekend.
No, because I knew you were gonna have such a busy slam-packed weekend. I
Yeah.
don't think we talked that much, but well, Friday, which I count as a weekend because Taylor's off, we went to the trampoline park, you and I, and
Oh yes, we did. Oh my
yeah.
God. Such fun was
We took the
had.
kids to the trampoline park, which if you guys have small children, like going to a trampoline park, it's like I know there's like controversy around jumping in trampolines with smaller kids and like physicality. Yeah,
Is
PTs will
there?
say they shouldn't jump on a trampoline until they're
You know what? I'm sick of these PTs and what they have to say. And these OTs.
right.
They just don't want fun.
I think like a trampoline park like that is different than having one of those big trampolines at your house because I do know that those like some home insurance like won't even qualify you if you have a trampoline in your
Correct.
backyard. That's different, I think, than going to a park where they're all ground level. Like there's no I don't know. I'm not a doctor, but
No, I'm sorry. Some of these PTs and the things they come up with and the OTs, I don't know. Some of it is valid and like research based. Sure, fine.
yes, yes, yeah.
But like, come on.
Also
I've
like
never heard that before. Now
leading to
I'm
live
up
our
in
life.
arms in the PT community.
Anyway, yeah, on those mom blogs, you'll see people say like they shouldn't jump until they're 5, and I'm like, what am I going to just prevent them from jumping until they're 5?
Wait. On a
You
mom
do not jump. I don't
social
know.
media.
Anyway, yeah, we'll get to the social media of it all.
We'll get to the
But
social media of it
we
all.
did the
That's a
trampoline
good
park.
segue.
Our boys love the trampoline park. And our local trampoline park has like a toddler time, which again, look into at your local area. I'm sure that every sort of company has like a toddler time usually because when the bigger
Sometimes
kids are
no.
in school, that's another thing. Summer for us starts next week and like we're not ready. Like I'm not ready for that. But right
Yeah.
now it's super not busy during the week because all the big kids are in school. I don't think I would ever take Gio to the trampoline park during like when the older, bigger kids are there because I could see him getting trampled on and like
Trampled.
yeah. So we go during like the toddler time. There's literally when Taylor and I first got there on Friday, we were the only ones there for like 30 minutes until you guys showed up.
Yeah.
So like and then we were
And
the
then
only
we were
ones
the only
there.
ones there. Yeah.
So we did the trampoline park and then what did we do? Oh, and then my parents came in town just for the weekend
Oh yeah.
and
So
they
you had
wanted
some
the
time.
kids. Yeah, so we dropped them off and then Taylor and I had a little date day, which was fun. We
So
usually do
fun.
our dates at night, but I was like, let's just drop them off now, like before nap and have the whole day. So
There is nothing sexier than a day date.
I kind of like it because then you get home in a decent hour and like you still have the whole day.
Yeah. And then No, I agree. Did you guys like day drink a little bit?
He did a lot of it. I'm in like my sober era. I like
Yeah, you
don't
really are.
I'm not I don't need to drink. I really don't need to drink. But we went to Disney Springs, and let me tell you, going to like any sort of Disney whatever, whether it be the theme park, Disney Springs, without kids is like such an experience. Like, I don't know.
Heaven?
Yeah, like I love taking my kids. Obviously, there's like memories there that I'll cherish forever, whatever. That's valid too. Two things can be true. But then also being able to like sit and enjoy my meal, like that's what I was telling Taylor. I wouldn't be able to. We got this whole big like board of like meats, and he
Mm.
got like 3 beers and bourbons and drinking all, and we just see all around us like kid meltdown here, and it was so hot, and I was just like, I told him, I looked at him, I was like, this could be so selfish, but I'm so happy our kids aren't here right now. Like I'm just so
No, that's
happy.
so fun.
Like two truths. I miss them. I love them. I love taking them to Disney, but also we would be in the 100-degree weather riding the choo choo train 5 times. And right now I'm sitting at a bar enjoying a drink.
We don't even know where the choo choo is. Choo choo
Right.
where?
So anyway, yeah, it
Ugh,
was just so magical.
stunning.
So we got to sit and enjoy our meal uninterrupted, no time limit. And then we shopped. We actually, so Taylor is one of those, I don't know if, I know it's not all husbands, but he's the type of guy who literally just has one pair of something and he uses it until it dies. So, like, he has one pair of sneakers, one pair of sandals, one pair of boots. He uses them until they die. And his
Yeah.
sandals, literally, it broke. So I was like, you know what? You should invest in a nice pair of sandals. And Disney Springs has a bunch of shops, and they have a lot of like footwear shops. So we went and shop. We went to every single shop at Disney Springs. He picked out a nice pair of sandals.
Wow.
I got some shopping done. I was like, you sit at the bar, have a bourbon. Like, I'm gonna sneak off and do some mama shopping. No, it was just like the best. I was just so happy. Like, again,
What a
I could
fabulous
not
day.
do that if I had my kids. So yeah, it was just so fabulous. And then yeah, by the time we left, it was still like 3 p.m. We had the whole rest of the day.
Oh,
So then we did like some parent get shit done stuff. Like we went grocery shopping, then we did some housework, but like such a fabulous day that we just couldn't have had if we had two
wow.
toddlers running around.
And
It
these
was
are the
great.
days the dinks take advantage, like they
Yeah.
don't even understand what kind of a day that is for a mother,
Right.
you
And
know?
that's the thing. That's the one thing that I will say, yeah, when I was a dink and like I just didn't cherish what I had, like the sleeping in, the being able to sit down at a restaurant uninterrupted, the going shopping like uninterrupted. Like all of those things, I don't think I really cherished it while I had it.
They're
And
precious.
now having kids, when I get those opportunities, like I will never say no now. Like if I have it,
Precious gifts is to do that.
precious. Going to the store uninterrupted without kids, without, oh my gosh. Yeah, there's just nothing like it. So that was
No.
great. I loved it.
Wow. Fab.
Yeah. And then yesterday, Sunday, I picked up the kids, but I picked them up we went to Bar Taco, which we love that place. That's where I
Cute. I
picked
haven't
up
been
the
there in
kids.
forever.
Yeah, it was super cute. And then yeah, that's it. And then Taylor's taking the kids right now. They went to the park.
Mhm.
So yeah,
I know my child is with Renee and my
yeah.
sister-in-law. She took him to Universal, which like I mean, I won't object. She's 30 something weeks pregnant, but she's doing it. She asked to take him. I'll never say no to
Yeah,
somebody
I was
taking him.
actually when you texted me that last night, I was gonna tell you like, oh, Taylor can get you in for free if you want to go, but I already knew the answer to that question, so I was like,
No.
never mind. Let me just no, it's fine.
No. The answer is no. Maybe Volcano Bay, but not
Right,
Universal.
like if I had access to water, I could just literally put my body into water. Yeah.
Yeah. No, so we're here and we're kicking and we're recording. Here we are.
Wins all across the board.
Wins all across the board. You were mentioning earlier about PTs and blogs and shit like that. Just wanted to go on like a social media rant.
Yeah, we always like briefly mention social media in our
But it's
topics, and then we're
time.
like, oh, that could be a whole other episode. That could be a whole other episode.
It's
So, like,
time for the whole other episode.
let's just talk about social media.
Social media.
which is like ironic and funny because we're on social media, but just like,
Social media is an amazing tool,
right.
but it's
Two
also
truths.
two truths, babe. Yeah. It is an amazing tool, but it's also so toxic at the
Right.
same
It can
time.
literally save lives and it also like destroys lives. Like
Destroys.
there's a reason why the mental health statistics like in the last decade, 20, 30, like is the contrast. There's reasons. And yeah, I definitely worry about my kids like growing up because when we grew up,
God.
we didn't have social media. So like I do worry about my children growing up being
It was
exposed to
just
social media from the start.
start like I remember getting my MySpace in like early high school.
Yeah, for me, MySpace was like 8th grade because I went to a Catholic school and it was like forbidden. Like we couldn't talk
Ooh, yeah.
about it. It was like the devil's like it was very forbidden. It was also like nobody really understood it. Um,
I mean, no, but yeah, MySpace was, oh my
and
gosh.
MySpace also they had the top friends, right? So like people
Oh.
kind of thought that that was bullying of like, oh, I'm taking you off my top or you're on my top. Like the
And then
cool
also
girls were
like
on the top.
and with MySpace too, like you became like a little coder because like you had to like
Yes.
code the way that like your page
Oh
was and
my
like
god, the
the co-
codes. Yeah, we were like little gamers coding, like making my background have like unicorns in the background, the
and
different music.
and your MySpace song like had to be a banger. Like
Oh
I would
my
change
gosh.
mine like every 2 days. I remember like so funny.
And you
Oh
would
my
be the
god.
I sure see you as like the bitter person of like your friend pissed you off one day and you're like you're not.
Bump.
Yep. You've gone down to the bottom of the friend list.
That and then did you ever have a photo bucket?
Yes, that's where all the photos went. I had
That's where all the photos
multiple.
went. I would love to get my
I know
hands
we
on my
should try
photo
to hack
bucket.
into our old photo buckets.
That would be I'm getting goosebumps.
Oh
Like
my gosh. This is such a millennial like niche like segment, but yeah, photo bucket. Wow.
photo
And
bucket
this is
was
not really social media, but do you remember LimeWire? Like that, we speaking of like
oh my
coding.
god.
Speaking of
The only
coding, like
the
I
only
honestly
way
thought the police would like come running through the door. Like I just knew I was doing something wrong. And I'm just
my
like,
sister and I would be there like on LimeWire getting all of our damn songs. And even like the beginning would be like, this is a LimeWire production or whatever. Like, who cares that it had that watermark on it? We could go on about the nostalgia.
right,
But yeah, it started out innocent and cute. And then when Facebook really exploded and it was just like a picture sharing, like fun time.
right.
And then was it Gen Z? Should we blame them?
No, I think it was millennial.
Or I guess it was
I think it was
millennials.
us, to be honest.
It was
Because
us.
after the Facebook came the Instagram, came the Snapchat, came I mean TikTok was like the most recent one, but like yeah, I think
TikTok,
we
yeah.
were the problem. Gen Z came and did what they did
And
with it.
And Vines and all of it used to be like fun and
Vine,
games.
oh, R.I.P. Vine. I miss
It used to
Vine.
be just like fun and games. Like it would be like funny videos of
Yeah.
people doing stupid shit, or like it would be,
Yeah, like it
just
wasn't a
fun.
business as like there weren't influencers, people making money as it is now. Like it used to just be lighthearted fun, show your life, like for family and friends to catch up. Now, like the fact people are making millions of dollars off of it, it's like literally a network of profit. It never used to be like that. So it's just create like thinking 10, 20 years ago, how people literally make more than people make a living out of it, like millions of dollars.
Yeah.
It's just crazy to think. Like, I don't think I thought when I was in ninth grade that that was what you could do with it.
No. It
Yeah.
was just to show my, show my
life,
pictures.
live,
And
laugh, loving.
I would make an 120 picture album of one night out at the club. Like,
And like all the filters we put on it with like that intense contrast, like
oh
those
my,
old
the
school photos.
contrast,
The
not the contrast.
contrast. Which like why did we do that? You and I are already so like fair and white. Like we just don't exist in those photos. Like
No nose was had. Ah, those were the days, my friends. We thought they never end. But yeah, and then we got here. And then like yeah, it's like that's what I'm saying. Like it's such a good tool for some things, but and like it can be informative and it can be, but then that's a slippery slope too. Like you have to um
it is
be mindful of where you're getting your information.
100%.
because I would say like mother wise, it is for parenting and stuff. It is done more.
I
I
don't
think it's
know. I don't
50-50
know.
for me. I think it's 50-50 because I am pretty good at like filtering. There's some points where like I do get annoyed
You're
and
pretty
I'm
good
like,
at setting boundaries with social media, I feel like, especially when you're pregnant. Like, you don't go down the Google, TikTok search rabbit hole like I do.
no. But I will say it's beneficial having you because you know stuff.
You like go third party, like, I've already searched it, so you don't feel as guilty. So,
I text the mom group and I'm like, so like have you guys do you
yeah.
know? You know?
No, I agree 50-50. Like, there are
It
times
is
where
50-50.
I utilize it for the good, but then I do think it's detrimental to everyone's mental health. But also, yeah, I just feel like it also sets these unrealistic expectations.
Right, because the end of the day, like social media is just a highlight reel. It is not
It's like
the nitty
1% of these people's lives. Yeah.
yeah, it is not the nitty-gritty
And it's the
of
good
like
stuff. It's the things they want to show you.
yeah,
Like,
the highlights.
mhm.
And I would say I'll say that like it has improved in that regard where like we are sharing more hard things like miscarriage is being shared a lot more than ever before, which is good, but then it's also slippery. You know what
Mhm.
I mean? Cuz like I feel less alone, but then I don't always want to look at it all the time.
Mhm.
That's where the 50-50 comes in cuz I like all the information I've received and like yeah, it's
Yeah, it's
hard.
hard because it does help build community. Because yes,
But
you
I don't wanna
feel
be a bummer all the time.
right.
Like, I need happy, like, stupid shit on my algorithm, you
But then
know?
if it's all happy, then you feel also like, "Oh, I'm supposed to live this happy life." So
Not happy, meaning, like, I just like stupid shit. I like
right,
funny, stupid, like, that's what I'm there on social media for, to, like, melt my brain a little bit.
right.
I don't necessarily need a PhD in, like, I don't know, whatever the fuck, you know?
Yeah.
Um, yeah,
Yeah, sometimes
that
I like just watching, like, the food videos or, like, I used to literally watch this live stream of someone peel an egg. I don't know, it's, like, therapeutic. He gets so many streams. He's just
or, like, oh my god, you know what I watch is, rugs being deep cleaned.
yeah, that's a good one.
Oh my
Mhm.
god, nothing fucks better than
Yes,
like
I watch sometimes of this guy, like, cutting soap, like, chopping soap. I don't know, it's just, like, this
oh.
ASMR therapeutic, like, sometimes I'll sit on it too long, and I'm like, "I've been watching this for, like, 5 minutes."
No, yeah, no, the rugs really get me
Yeah,
because they, like, use that vacuum and then they squeegee and then part of me, like, wants to do it one day. Maybe I'll make, like, a rug content.
do it.
I do need to clean my rug, but that's a whole other
Yeah, me
story.
too.
I yeah, so it's hard, and even, like, we were kinda chatting about it a little bit, like, Mother's Day, right? Like, the moms who are, like, quote, unquote, going on, like, um hotel getaways by themselves and doing this and that and then like you look at yourself and you're like I'm not doing any of that, you know?
Yeah.
And so it's like having that filter within yourself of like
Mhm.
okay, like they are influencers that have lots of money and probably
Yeah.
nannies and you know whatever. Like even oh, this is what got me postpartum with Jonah. Um
Mm,
I had Jonah in December of 21 and then Kylie Jenner, who I do love, but she had
yeah.
her baby like a couple months after me. And literally like April or May of that year, like she looked stunning, like
Literally,
skinny
like, a week
again.
after, yeah, she looks yeah.
Yeah, and I'm just like and I was like postpartum and I was like how in the actual hell? You know,
Right.
like and I remember like Sam being like she's a fucking plastic piece of shit. Like you know, like he's like stop, like it's fine. And I'm like, "Yes, I understand that." But then like damn, that's setting like such an unrealistic expectation
Right.
of
It
like
it does. It does,
of
yeah.
what my body should look like after and like the bounce back don't get me started on like bounce back culture and all that, but like yeah, like your body is supposed to change after birth. It's not supposed to bounce back to like exactly how it
No,
was.
especially when you look at other, like, cultures in other countries, how they do it, like, um, there was a method I was reading about, like, the in bed you're supposed to stay in bed for, like, like, your body is supposed to rest. But, yeah, just, like I agree, and what gets me on social media is those, like, day in the life of, like, the mom, bloggers of like they have like 3 4 children under 4 and like they just go about their lives, like the kids go with them to the store, no tantrums. Again, we're not seeing it, I'm sure it
You're not seeing the
happens.
tantrums.
Yeah, and like I don't know, it that gets me because then
You
I
know what
start,
videos piss me off too? Ugh, I love this tangent. Is the what my toddler eats in a day. I
those
don't
used to
care.
really get to me. And as someone who has a picky eater who literally eats yogurt and that's it. Oh, the mini muffins. Right now we're on a mini muffin kick. Literally, Julian, that's I think his blood is made of mini muffins at this point.
Ooh, yum.
Um, but anyway, speaking of people who have speaking from a mom who has 2 very picky toddlers, it's almost I've gotten numb to those videos because I just know they're just bullshit. Like they're
Bullshit.
just bullshit. And if they're not bullshit, like your kid really is eating quinoa and non-bread and like all that, good for you. But like it's just unreal. It's weird how I can filter that, just being like,
Well, proud of you. No, but I still hate them. I'm like, cause yeah, in my head, I'm like, you're like annoying and it's bullshit.
yeah.
I can't.
And like another weird social media tangent is also like the comment section. Like I
Oh my
also
God.
the trolls, like I don't know, because like we're talking about now, we can think something like roll our eyes at something, but I don't know. I just feel like these moms also there's many truths being said. Like, yes, it's a slippery slope, it's toxic, but it's also beneficial. A lot of these moms or whoever's posting, it's their one outlet. Maybe they like this is their one way to feel community or whatever. So then I'll like go in the comment section and these trolls, whatever you want to call them, are just like ridding them to filth of like, your car seat shouldn't be like that. I see this in the background. Like, shut up.
What if we just minded our business? Like, and
Right. And if you don't like it, that's what I mean. Like, we're bitching about social media. If we don't like it, I don't have to turn it on. I can, if I don't like a video, swipey swipe. Like,
scroll, keep
I'm not going to
scrolling.
target these specific people. Like,
No, I feel
it's a
so
me.
bad.
I'm very self aware that it's a me problem. If I don't like what I'm seeing, I can choose to not take it in.
Yeah, no, like these commenters, I don't know what I'll never understand what people gain
Yeah,
from.
like I'll never understand like to sit there and just like just I mean some of these they're the nastiest things to say to somebody. These little computer warriors that think they can do I don't know. I mean and then I just I have more peace about it cuz I just think like they must be you must be very dealing with your own like they're more hurt than they're trying to hurt that person, you know?
Mhm.
But no, it's crazy. So social that's the whole general umbrella of social media, like from the commenters to the posters. It's just there's benefits, but you can build community. You can it actually can save lives because there are like I do follow a lot of like
Right.
pediatricians and doctors and but it is also a slippery slope. There's I'm
But then it makes me feel like I'm not doing enough also or like
what do
that.
you mean? So it's good and
Yeah.
bad. I agree. Like
Like I
50
don't care.
50.
I don't care what your toddler did in a day. I don't know, I just don't. Or yeah, like how did we get here? You know? To where we like, feel like we have to share and then like it makes us feel how we feel, you know? I don't know.
Yeah.
How did
I
we
feel
get
like
here?
whatever if it brings you peace, if you enjoy doing it, like do it. Just know when you're consuming it that just to take it all with a grain of salt. Like even when we post on our TikTok, like I try to just if it's funny, lighthearted, if I feel like doing it, I'll do it. But like I'm not taking it serious.
Yeah, that's the
And
thing. Like I try to just be like relatable and like I don't know, like what is our society's obsession with being like freaking perfect, you know? And I
yeah,
think maybe social media has something to do with that,
right.
you know?
Yeah, I do.
That
I
we
will agree with you that I think we're getting better in like the realistic. We're bringing people down to earth a little bit with like putting a little bit of the realistic, the negative, like
yeah, like miscarriage has been talked infertility has been so widely spread more than ever.
mhm.
And those are two topics that were so taboo even 10
Postpartum,
years
just like
ago.
yes, there's those videos of postpartum where they are bounced back and they're out to brunch 3 days postpartum, but then there are some real postpartum videos.
There are. There are. Yeah.
So, yeah, you kinda just have to take all of that you consume in with a grain of salt. Realize that this is not the norm. And like you said, it is a highlight reel. People, just like when we post, you're choosing to post, it's a little bit of someone's life. It's more than likely not the entire picture. It's not how they
No.
live their lives on a daily. They're literally choosing to send this out to you, It it's different. So I think you just have to be just set those boundaries for yourself. And I'm saying that, but like I still need to work on it. I'm getting better about it. Especially at night with like the doom scrolling. Like I'm really trying. I literally went to the library on our date day. And I rented a book that I'm like, I need to do this instead of scrolling on social media, because
Wow.
especially right before I go to bed, because that's just like what you simmer in your thoughts.
No, there's actually nothing like reading a book before bed.
I've heard that, especially with my insomnia, like people have said that will help. So I
Yeah.
kind of picked a dark book. Maybe I should do a more
Oh
lighthearted
my
one.
god.
But like that's just me. I picked a book about social media. No, I'm just kidding. No, I didn't.
Oh my god. No. Yeah, no. Reading a book. What's that?
Yeah, so I think it's just there's good and bad. You have to take it all with a grain of salt. Like I said in the beginning, I do worry about like bringing children, like when that time comes, especially you now, BH having a girl, like that will be a whole other thing in itself. Cause like I said, I can't imagine myself going through those pivotal years, like the pivotal hormonal years, and then bringing like social media. I think boys usually have a little bit better time with like tuning it
I
out, but like
know.
girls, I don't know if I ever have a girl, like that will really like keep me up at night thinking about how I'm going to navigate that, when to introduce them. Because also, as we know with everything in moderation, right? You can't just cut them off and be like, you can't have a phone, you can't have social media till you're 18. That never works, right? Because they're going to end up doing it behind your back, or like
Right.
overconsumption. So it's just finding that balance, like you and your partner are talking about, like when are we going to introduce it? How are we going to introduce it? What are the boundaries and limits we're going to set on it? That
No, I'm terrified. I
yeah, I'm
am
terrified of
terrified
that
of it.
too.
And I mean, the goal is also to raise like a confident girly, but you never know like what. It's hard. Ooh, girls. Ah.
No, I know it's
I just
really hard.
I'm going through it right now.
I know. So if anyone's listening that has a teenage daughter or son and like already did that social media thing, like what? I don't.
Oh my god, how did you do
How did
it?
you do
Were
it?
you successful? Is it like yeah. Oh, yeah. No, I'm not looking. They're only 3. They're only 3. We have
I
we have
know.
10 years.
I know, but it's
But the
something I
10
think
years go
about.
like this.
And it'll be interesting, like we just described, in 10 years of social media, the difference, like the function it first started and now. So in 10 more years, like what is it going to look like? We have no idea.
Yeah.
And the
Yeah, 'cause
AI of it all, too.
oh,
Don't get
the
me
AI
started
of
on
it
that.
all. Yeah, I know. We can't be like hypocritical when we sit there and scroll on our phones and our kids see that.
No,
So like
no, absolutely. And you know what? I'm glad you brought that up because I think about that too. I'm really trying. I know if Taylor is
ugh,
still listening, he knows I struggle with that. But yes, I need to work on being more present.
I
I
do
think I
too.
am being hard on myself though because I know I'm a good mom and I am present a lot of the times. But yes, like you said, we can't be hypocrites. Like if we want our kids to be off screen, social media, whatever it is, like we also have to be present in the moment.
Yeah, I know. I also need to work on it. And I think I've gotten a little more intentional with it. It's
Mhm.
yeah, because I don't want my kids to just see me on some freaking light up rectangle
No, not at all.
but then there are times where I'm like, I'm sorry, but I do need this rotting like
And
15
that's what
minutes.
yeah, and I told Taylor that a lot too. Like I think it's a balance, right? Rotting is important because I am turned on all the turned on. That's not what I meant to say.
Whoa,
My brain
Savannah.
sorry, I meant an important noun I forgot to put in that sentence. My brain is turned on all the
Mhm.
time. When you're a mom, you're thinking like 100 miles a minute, like just da 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 da. So sometimes, like if it's their screen time or if they're taking a nap, sometimes I do just need that like melt my brain, like we say. It like I said, two truths. Like there's a time and place for it. Oh my God. I am not turned on 24/7. Let me tell you that. That is
That
not
was
the
hilarious.
case.
Yeah. So I don't know. Yeah, just in my feels with social media lately. And yeah, I don't know. I feel like we're like so great at it and we're doing a great job, but
Yeah.
you'll never catch me posting what I do in a day or what my toddler does in a day or
No.
but there are but some of them I will say Instagram turned me into a baby chef. And so that's
Yes.
like
The
that's
food
positive.
videos. Yes, yes, yes.
Very positive. Yeah. So there are some mom accounts that I've really taken to and they, have taught me to somewhat cook,
Right.
which if anyone knows me, I'm really not. So, yeah. So, all in all, it's a 50-50 balance of filtering
Yeah.
and boundaries and
Yeah.
um but it's all fun at the end of the day, just have fun.
Yeah.
What
I would
happened to
I
fun?
would say both as a consumer of it and a poster of it, you just know your intentions. Like what are your intentions? What is this doing for you? Like why like if it's causing you more harm than help, then you need to reevaluate that, you know?
Yeah. I just want to have fun.
Yeah. And like cuz just like us like podcasting, right? Posting, Instagram, whatever. Like if this were to be causing right now it's causing me more good. Like I love talking to you. I love talking to people. I love the feedback. But if this ever were to go to something to where like it was causing me harm in my mental state or like I
Oh
felt
gosh.
a- then I would just shut it down. You know what I mean? Like so it's just sort of
Shut.
like sorry Lila.
My
Peace.
God. I hope that never happens.
No, no, no.
No, we're going to get to a point where Savannah's done talking about me and she's just going to shut it down.
No, no, no.
It's so funny. My sister made a comment. She was like, "You never let Savannah talk." I'm like, "That's not true."
I
Like,
feel like I talk. I feel like I talk a
you
lot.
do.
I do a very good job. I mean, I try to do a very good job at like when you're talking, I let you speak fully. So,
Yeah. Like, I think we're great.
yeah,
Like,
it's fine.
don't rain on my parade.
But I love that she wants to hear me talk more. So I appreciate that.
She didn't say that. She just said, like,
Don't get it twisted.
let's not get ahead of ourselves here. Oh gosh. All right. Well, should we dive into mom wins and fails?
Yeah, let's do it because I'm pretty sure they just park in the driveway. So I'll make it fast.
Okay.
You know what? I'm not even trying to like brag on me, but I really was trying to figure out a fail. I cannot think of a fail.
Well,
But I know I'm just winning at life. I would say my win is kind of what I talked about. It's always like what I talk about. But just getting a day away from the kids that we could like do stuff for ourselves. Like I'm trying to really be more intentional with the time I get like alone with my husband, like as far as like quality time, like a mix of like quality time, also getting things done, all of that. So and utilizing the village when it's available. I'm really trying, like uh when people asking for help when I need it and also accepting the help because we've talked about that's been not a linear journey for us accepting help and asking for help.
so do you feel like
So
you've been like just utilize like your cup is full in many ways? Like you're kind of like, you know what I mean? Like all facets of your life are kind of like almost even right now.
I don't know if I'd go that far. No,
I
but I
thought we
just
were
like
being positive.
I feel like I have a lot of I love to complain, but I also don't really accept help when it's given to me, especially when I was in postpartum. But I'm getting better where, so like, for example, my parents are here a lot, but I didn't always like take them up on, or when they would take me up, I would go with them. They'd be like, well, we can take the boys. And I'd be like, okay, well, I'm coming. Like, I'll come. And
Yeah.
they're like, not that we don't love having you here, but like, just go do something for yourself or do something with your husband. And so I'm really trying to be more intentional with that. Like, it's also like our FOMO. You and I both have FOMO of like, but I
Yeah.
want to go to the theme park and like suffer with you guys because I want to be a part of it. But also like I need to take time. So I'm really trying to be more intentional in that, if that makes sense. Just like accepting the help, being okay with like not being a part of it, like because
Yeah.
I need to take care of myself and my husband and our relationship. So that sort of thing. Cause like, I think past me would have been, you know, if they said, oh, we'll take the kids on Saturday, I would have been like, okay, well, me and Taylor will come and we'll all do a big messy dinner. We'll all go out to, you know, we'll all go to the pool. But like, I was like, no, Taylor and I need to take some time and like hang out and like do a date, you know? So that sort of thing. I'm proud of myself for like setting those boundaries. And it's just me. Like I said, it's not like my parent, they're literally like kicking me out. Like, no, leave. Like, we don't want you here.
No, it's great.
Honestly, the kids like do so much better without me there. So I am the problem. So anyway, so yeah, and my fail, yeah, I really don't have a fail. I'm so sorry. I'm perfect.
This is your third episode in a row with
No,
no
it's not.
fail.
Well, I told you. I told you last
You're
week that
setting
like
unrealistic expectations for the moms around the world.
well, I told you that we should just cut out fail and just have a
No.
win so we can end it positively.
No.
Okay.
We are realistic in this podcast. We know,
Okay.
like I said, what goes up must come down. We're not always going to be, you know.
All right. Well, you go ahead.
So.
Go with your fail then.
My fail, I don't know. I've just like my sleep has just been so like.
I guess not to make it about me, but that would be my fail too. Is like I've just
Okay, well, now it's not your turn anymore.
Okay, but I agree. The sleep.
Yeah, I've not been sleeping well. I mean, for obvious reasons. So it's just, I'm just feeling extra tired. But I wasn't so prepared with my win and fail this week, like I was last time. But
Wow.
you know what? I'm trying here. My win. I don't know. I just kind of also had like a cup filling weekend. And Jonah, he did so well at both things. It was a loud party with a lot of people, and he did really well. And all he wanted, I mean, the only thing we had to like keep guarding the cupcake table, but other than that, like, no, he was seriously so good. And same with, hanging out with his cousins. He's like just getting more and more interactive with them. And so I would just say like just overall like a cup filling weekend. And this week we have a bunch planned, me and you. And
Yes, we do.
Yeah, Camp Mommy this week. We have it.
A lot of
and
outings.
also on Wednesday, so in a couple of days, I do have my 3-hour glucose test. So I'll keep everyone.
Oh, you're just skipping to the 3-hour. They're not putting you to the 1 hour.
They're not. No, they're
Oh,
not.
you didn't tell me that. Wow. Okay.
Yeah. So
good luck. Godspeed.
So 3 hours on Wednesday. So I will keep you guys updated on those results. And I have some blood work too, but yeah, and we've got activities. I have 2 more weeks of mommy camp.
2 more weeks.
Yeah.
You got it.
So, well, dare you say,
that's our show.
That's our show. Well, thank you so much for listening to the Scrunchy Moms Club podcast. If you don't already follow us, please follow us at Scrunchy Moms Club podcast on TikTok, on Instagram. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. We are the pink one, Scrunchy Moms Club podcast. Give us a like, give us a comment, a 5-star review, because that's all we are. And we love you and hope you all have a wonderful week. Bye.